Hi, I'm Kitchen and I'm Aaron, and today I am making taco pockets. You ever heard of this? No? Okay, me either. Let's get into it. Starting off with 500 grams of ground beef going straight into the pan as soon as I select it and turn it on. I am using an induction cooktop today, so everything that I do is going to go really fast, but I'm going to set it on the lowest setting possible. Okay, I didn't have time to defrost my meat, so we're starting from frozen. Can I peel this off already? Oh, lucky. I can peel this off already. Also true. My friend said when in doubt, you can soak it in hot water. I have trusty assistants who do not want to be on camera, but they are here with me today. So, for those of you that have been watching me for a while now, you know that I am a scratch cook. However, today, even sometimes a scratch cook wants to make something quick. So I am going to use lots of substitutions today because this is a quick dinner. This is something that you throw together when you need to entertain and you have 20 minutes to make a meal. And that is today's food. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm using soft tortillas. While my beef is cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and slice my tortillas in half. You'll see why I do that later. So, I'm using a taco packet today, but I'm going to do a couple of things to eliminate the fake flavor. And one of those things is I'm going to add mustard to my beef, which will enhance the juiciness and the tenderness of the beef, and it will also mask the taste of the taco seasoning. Going in with half a cup of water just because my beef is frozen and I'm trying to expedite the process a little bit. And I'm going to cover. Don't want to do too much water because I don't want my fat to separate from my beef too much. While this is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and work on my tortillas. Okay, so I'm cutting my tortillas in half. And this half cup of water and our lid is doing its magic. If I weren't making this from frozen, then you know the water step is unnecessary. But because I am, we have to have that water step. Okay, let's check on our beef here. Okay, that is one of the positive things about this induction cooktop. It cooks very, very fast. That's why I wasn't worried about doing a frozen beef. I'm going in with 1 medium onion. So even though I'm using the taco seasoning packet, my friend girl is going to give me her recipe for a homemade taco seasoning. So you will see that pretty soon. Just adding these small touches in order to make the flavor not taste like something, you know, it's semi-homemade. Did anybody ever watch Semi-Homemade by Sandra Lee on Food Network in the early 2000s? I loved that. So, okay, I'm going to cut some half-moon slices. I want bigger, chunkier pieces of onion in this. They'll cook down and caramelize deliciously, but I want to start off my foundation with some half-moon slices here. Okay, the whole onion is going in here. I usually use my bigger knife, but it's in the dishwasher. All right, half-moon slices again. I just like, you know, that mouthfeel when you bite into like a longer strip of onion. Not red onion, not necessarily, but like a yellow onion or a white onion, like I'm cooking here now. I like that. Okay, I want to talk about the seasoning order right now, right? So I'm at the halfway cook point for my beef and I have not seasoned it yet. And that is on purpose. When you season your beef as it's cooking or before it reaches the halfway cook point, the seasonings and the juice meld together in order to mellow out the seasoning. However, when you season your beef or chicken or whatever your protein is at the medium cook point or at the full cook point, whatever you season it with, the flavor on that is going to take top priority. So I waited until my beef is more on the cooked side. And now I'm adding in 1 taco seasoning packet, and I'm gonna also add in my mustard to enhance and also mellow out flavor at the same time. All right. I just went in with 2 tablespoons of mustard. You can use, if you're in the States, I would suggest using a Dijon mustard. But because I'm here in Austria, I really like the hot dog stand mustard. That's not what it's actually called, but I'm calling it that so you guys can understand what I mean. I like the hot dog stand mustard because it works better in this situation. It has more of the brown ground mustard flavor that you want. And that's why I say use Dijon, because that's the closest thing you're gonna get in the States. If you have brown mustard, then use that. Sometimes I also like to add mustard seeds, and I do have those, but I don't feel like looking around my kitchen to find out where they are. So this is very, very, very simple. The presentation for this dish is what makes it turn into something a little bit special. So I am going in with my own seasonings now. I'm using, well, these are herbs. I'm using dill, and most of the time I use dill and oregano, right? But I went to the grocery store this morning and they didn't have oregano in the spice container that I like to buy. So I'm using an Italian seasoning instead. Is this gonna taste like Italian food? No. Is this just going to be a flavor enhancer? Yes. Is this also going to taste more and more and more homemade? Yes. And that's the purpose. All right, so that was fast. Put in a little bit of Italian seasoning in there, that's all. That is maybe half of a teaspoon, y'all. Very, very little. Then when you make this dish for the friends, people are like, oh my God, that tastes so good. Where'd you get that from? If you wanted to add an extra step to set off the flavor, add 4 tablespoons of a beef stock or chicken stock in there. And this will taste completely homemade at that point. Okay, I'm done with my fire. And now I'm going to assemble my taco pockets. And you'll see why I keep calling them a taco pocket in just a second. Okay, so now it's time to assemble. If I'm keeping it really real with y'all, sometimes I will go in with 1 slice of cheddar cheese. But, you know, for the sake of the video, I am doing all shredded cheddar cheese. Going in with a layer of cheese, down, down. All right, scoop of meat going on top there. And this is a fun meal. If you have kiddos, this is a fun meal to gamify making some kind of beef dish. Okay, so we're gonna fold a little triangle here. I'm gonna fold that over. And that is our first taco pocket. And we'll do an assembly line and make our taco pockets into a little pie. Maybe I should have called this a taco pie. I am tempted to put a little bit more dill here, but I'm not going to do that because I do want it to taste like taco and not like dill. So unfortunately, this is not a dish that I can serve either one of my friends that are here with me today because it has dairy and gluten. So
worst friends ever.
It's gonna be delicious for me. When I get to do the taste test, myself and the cameraman, we will enjoy this.
Well, I appreciate you not disowning us as friends.
Of course not. It's a nice challenge to have to make gluten-free stuff and dairy-free stuff at the same time. It's just like, you know, let's just have vegetables and meat and that be it. But the nice challenge is that you can make something that is both delicious and can feed everyone. I like the challenge of having to do that. All right, now on the top, we're going to do more cheese.
Yes.
And the cheese on the top is gonna give us a beautiful crust. There we go. Don't be shy if you're not shy about it. And a little bit of extra, just use oregano if you have oregano. I have Italian seasoning today, so I'm gonna use a little bit of extra Italian seasoning. It will surprise you when you mix it with the salsa and also guacamole if you like avocado, because it will really waken up that flavor, and like the smallest dash of dill.
Very Eastern European of you.
So this is gonna go in the oven at 190 for about 10 minutes, and that's maybe even 7 minutes. The purpose is just to get our bread to crust up and to melt our cheese, and then we'll be ready, and I'll show you how I dress the taco pockets. See you all for the taste test. Okay, here we are. I have 2 taco pockets here. I'm going to let the cameraman give you guys a good look at this.
I was about to leave.
So on the top, I have store-bought fake guac and some store-bought salsa on the top. You feel free to make yours from scratch. Feel free to do everything homemade that you want to do. Do you. But this is my version of a 20-minute meal, maybe 30 minutes, I'm not sure. But it didn't take a long time to make that. And it is good.
It smells fresh, it smells like summer, it smells like eating outside.
If you do this and you follow all of my steps, your guest will not even know that you didn't make all of this from scratch. Maybe except for the sauces. You might have to pony up and make the sauces from scratch. Must try. Add all the cheese you want. There's no such thing as too much cheese. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time. Ciao.